Okay, students, this is just a brief review of the course structure in case you forgot or you missed the first day of class. Oftentimes students forget sort of midway through the semester what things were required and whether attendance was taken, etc. So this is just a brief overview of the structure of the course. All right, so here is a typical class period. You would come to class, you would check in for attendance using course key, so if you're not doing that, you should be. Then during class, we'll follow the 3 E's of our 5E learning cycle, where we'll engage the students, we will explore something puzzling, we will explain the phenomenon, we will learn the material while we're in class. After class, you'll head home. If you need to clear anything up, anything was unclear to you or fuzzy, you would go to the textbook and read the suggested textbook readings. You can find a list of those readings on Canvas under the course information. And then you're going to do a homework assignment. That's where you elaborate on the material. That's where you apply it to some new situation. Incidentally, this part is what is most like the exam. So if you don't understand how to do the homework, or you just sort of guessed and did it over again because you have unlimited attempts, you'll want to go see a TA during office hours or review session and see if they can help you so that you're clear on the material. All right, so that's a typical class period. You would do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, etc., until we reach a unit exam. On that Friday, typically, the unit exam will be happening, and so there will be no class. However, the TAs and myself will be in the classroom. There's nothing structured, there's no structured review, but we're there to answer questions, help you with homework, give you any information that you might need as you're going through the learning outcomes to help you prepare. Also, you could use that time to just go right straight to the testing center if your schedule is tight. So once you're in the testing center, what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the counter and you're going to ask for the quiz. Now the quiz will be on colored paper. Please make sure you take the quiz first. And when they give you the quiz, this is sort of your chance to practice and see how prepared you are. The quizzes are a little different than the test in that the quizzes include a little bit of hints on how to approach each question and what information is needed. So let's say you take the quiz, you come out, you get an 87%. And it's not bad, but it's not as good as maybe you wanted. Maybe you feel like you're not quite as prepared as you thought you were. So you come out in the hall and you study some more, or you go home and sleep on it and study the next day, and then you go back to the testing center and you ask for the exam. And the exam will be on white or cream paper. And the exam is worth the same amount of points as the quiz, but the exam will not have the hints that the quiz had on it. So this is your chance to show me what you really know. So let's say you go in, you take the exam, you get a 91%. And so your score has improved, you've learned the material, you've demonstrated that you know it. But there's more. Now what you want to do is go to a TA exam review or test review session. So this is where the TAs will go through all of the questions that were on the quiz and the exam and make sure that you understand each of them. And if you go to one of those review sessions, which you can go to anytime before the next quiz and exam take place, you will get 5 percentage points back on your quiz and your exam by attending. So that makes your 87% and 92%, your 91 and 96%. So there's all kinds of ways to improve your score on these tests and quizzes. So if we look at the whole class, again, this is what you're doing each day. You're coming to class to do the Engage, Explore, Explain. You're going home and you're completing the homework, going to CTAs if you need help. Then every 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to go into the testing center. You're going to take the quiz, study a little more, take the exam. And then at the end of the semester, there is a cumulative final exam. So you want to make sure you're going to these reviews to make sure you understand the material well enough to do well in the final. Periodically, there will be some research surveys that we will administer to you. It's part of our ongoing efforts to continually improve biology instruction here at BYU. And then you can see how this stacks up. So you can see that the majority of the emphasis actually is on the stuff you do at home, the elaboration, the homework, with somewhat equal percentages coming from quiz exam and final exam, so your assessments. But notice that the attendance is still 9% of your grade, so you want to make sure you're coming to class. And if you can follow this and keep on target with all of the things that you have available to you and all the opportunities you have available to you to improve your grade, you should do great in the class. So that's a general overview. Please revisit this often if you forget what you're supposed to be doing for the class.